Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video we will try and learn little bit more about the Splunk software. Okay, most probably we'll concentrate on the distributed management console. All right, so as you can see here, distributed management console environment, and you can also have the distributed only, where you'll have all the users. What are the advantages of the distributed console, distributed management console, and what all the things we will be doing when it comes to when you actually work in the project. All right, so we'll try and understand all those details. All right, so if I just click on the distributed management console, all right, so this is where you have entire, you can call it as a health check as well, health check of Splunk also. Okay, there you go. You can see, it's up to you, whatever the version that you are working on. It doesn't make actually any sort of difference. All right, so basically you can see all these details here. See, it will show you the Windows 7.9.1 GB. It is this physical memory, with 2 core CPUs. Okay, it will be different in your case, because it depends on the environment that you are using. It depends on the data that you have in the in your regular work, right? So apart from that, you can also see the mode. It is a standalone. All right, so distributed environment, or a single site, or a multi-site. I'm sure you might have heard of these sort of these things. So in this case, it is going to be a standalone mode. Okay, it is in the standalone mode. All right, now as you can see, indexing rate, okay, it shows in the kbs, right? So indexing rate, and you can also see the what is this, concurrent, okay, concurrent searches, correct? Yeah, concurrent searches. In this case it will be 9, sorry, it will be 4, right? So we have taken 4 searches here. Okay, and you can also see the usage of the license, right, today in desk. And apart from this, if I can just show you the indexes in this case. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, see here, the indexes, right? So you have I'm sure you all know what are the default indexes that we have in Splunk: audit, internal, introspection, main, all these other. And apart from this, there are other indexes which are already created as part of this process. These are existing indexes in my case, but if you create, you will have all these. Okay, so with the default indexes, and you can also see the size of each index and the name of different indexes. History, it is all your data which you have been ingesting so far. That's what you will see in the history. And audit, it is actually default index, okay, which will talk about the system related data, right? So these are the indexes basically. And if you want to create new index, you are always welcome to do that. In fact, you can create whenever you want. And apart from this, you can also see the other details of paths, frozen path. Okay, I'll come back, I'll come to this frozen bucketing system probably in some time. Okay, so, and you can see current size of each bucket as well. Okay, this size completely depending on the data that you are using this index for. All right, so you can see here the app name along with the current size of the index. All right, so these details will be pulled as far as the data, I mean as per the data that you have in your current environment. All right, so and it will also show you the maximum size of each bucket here in this. I mean, in this case it is going to be 488.28 GB. So it is a different story. I'll come back to that. That is this maximum size is depending on your entire size of the environment, which includes all the other components of Splunk, right? So that is how it will be calculated. And main, you can see here the actions. If you want to edit, delete, or if you want to disable any of the indexes, you can do that. You are free to do that actually. Based on your requirement, you can do that. All right, So now when I come back to my actual the console page, okay, so if you see here, right, audit internal, and the fish bucket is also one of the index here. Okay, a very important question even in interviews also. Okay, so where fish bucket is basically lies, since it is one of the buckets, so this will also be there in the indexes.configuration files, right? And then you can see all the other. So main is one of the index where it has the entire main system related data of the of that particular index, right? So this is what basically you do with this main index. Okay, so ultimately these are the indexes that you will have in this when you have your inbuilt what you call the environment, right? So it is not mandatory that you have all these indexes. Okay, so yes, default indexes will definitely be there, but other indexes are entirely depending on your requirement. All right, if you would have created the other buckets, like you can see here, Splunk test is one of the index which is created, and Splunk logger is one of the index, and they also have something called summary. They also have something called the fish bucket. Okay, so apart from the default indexes, we also have multiple indexes. Okay, these multiple indexes can be created based on your requirement, based on the data that you have. Okay, again, as I mentioned, it is not mandatory, or it is not 100% required for you to create all this. All right, make sure you have as per your requirement, you create the number of indexes, and these indexes will actually show you the current size. Okay, each index, in fact, you will have, if you see the current size, it different for every index here, right? So that is how it will be. And we also have the path. Okay, it is basically created in the DB Connect. All right, now this is my distributed management console page. Okay, so rate of indexing, you see here, this is the rate of indexing. As I said, it's in KBs, right? So this is how it is defined here. So this is again, since I have a little bit of my data and my environment, right? So this is the number which is pulling. All right, so if you have a different indexers, if you have number of indexes or search hits, right, it will be depending on that number. Okay, I mean, it will be depending on the data that you have. All right, so that is one more thing. And license usage, okay, this is it is not, again license usage, it is not fixed. Okay, so based on your usage, it will be showing. Today, if you see the entire 100% which I have, as far as the data that I have used today, okay, if you consider that, it is only 4%, right? So I have used only 4% data, as per my usage in the day so far, right? And you can also have a disk usage as well, right? Disk usage is completely depending on your distributed environment or standalone environment data that you will have. In this case, I have used 23% of the disk usage. All right, this has been used, and it can be different with the usage that you have in your daily life, I mean daily work. All right, that is how it will be. And sometimes you also can check the performance issues of Splunk using the disk usage and utilization and the other aspects. You can check that as well. Disk usage plays a major role to check the performance issue of Splunk, right? Okay, so if I go back, okay, if I go back here again, there you go. This is a different scenario where if I can take a different let me go to this jobs distributed. All right, I will try and show you the difference. Okay, you see here, this is where I have dispatched at. Okay, the you can select that particular app. Okay, you can select the owner, you can select the whichever the app that you wanted to open. All right, so if you can see, all these are the distributed management consoles that I have created, right? What I will do, let me show you this, so that this will also be major part as far as the management console, distributed management console is concerned. So all these are the inbuilt these things. If I just check for my particular app or a particular index name, DMC, if I say is my index, okay, I could get when I have created, what are the what is the path, who is the owner, okay, and what from which app this has been created. So I will get all these details. All right, that's how it will be. Okay, and apart from this, you can also see the results part also. Okay, in this case I didn't find any sort of results. Okay, you can see no results found because this is the triggering index of the data, right? So okay, again, if I just scroll down, you can see the CPU use. That means the CPU utilization. I have mentioned it, right? CPU utilization, memory utilization. You can check these things when it comes to the performance issue of Splunk. All right, so that's how it will be. Okay, so after that, if you can see here, right, this is the entire data utilization, 73.78%. This is that is why it is showing as all processed. The entire data processed is 73% so far. Almost you can say 74%, right? So so these are the important things, important points that you will have to make sure check when you're doing the health check of Splunk. You see here on the right hand side, there's a dashboard sort of thing, which is CPU usage by the process. Okay, non-Splunk processor, how much is the usage when it comes to KV store port, what are the index services that you have used, and what is the scripted input, which is very, very important. And apart from that, you also have a Splunk D server. Okay, Splunk D is where sometimes what you do, splunkd.log, you will be using this to do the troubleshooting, right? So in this case, in the management console also, you'll have a Splunk D server. Okay, and this is where you will see all these details. Okay, now if I talk about what is the advantage of doing a health check, is because health check, advantage of health check is you check, you'll understand what is the usage of the license, what is the usage of the memory, how many CPU usage also you will understand, and you will also know the CPU usage by the process. Okay, when I say by the process, what is the utilization and what is the usage that has been done for KV store or any kind of index service or any other index for that matter. Let's say if you have any specific index to be pointing out, you can do that as well. All right, so all these sort of things you can check using the management, using the console. Basically, this is the health check process, you can also call it as. Right now, okay, so this can be asked in the interviews also. Even this is useful in your when you're working in real time as well. So if I just scroll down a little bit of memory usage by the process. Okay, what is the memory usage? And you can also see memory usage, CPU utilization we already saw, and memory usage also you can see, right? Apart from that, and all process, what is the entire data that was used for the process. If you can observe, you can change the you can click your usage with that particular process. Okay, in the memory usage by the process, almost this is the same which we have seen in the previous what do you call the dashboard, right? So this is the entire memory usage by the process. Okay, now KV store you can see, and size of the collections, and you can also see the collections, right? In this case it is one triggered alerts. I'm sure you all know what is triggered alerts. We have different kinds of alerts, right? Real-time alerts. Okay, all these. All right, so now what I'll do, let me go to the performance indexing performance instance. Okay, what is the indexing performance instance? Okay, if I just see this, I have selected all indexes. Okay, this will show you the data now. This is the all indexes. There you go. Okay, very important concept. Okay, you should understand what are the pipelines, what is the parsing pipeline, merging pipeline, and what would be the typing, what is the index pipeline. So this is where it comes. You have a port which is given, ports, right? TCP port and UDP port. From there you'll get a trail data, and then it goes the process, it goes as per the process, like parsing queue. This is where you will have line breaking happens here, and then it will be header. And similarly once it is fill the ratio of 100%, it will be going to the aggregator queue. And then similarly once the aggregator is done, what happens here in the aggregator queue is line merging, time extraction. Okay, these two things happen, and then regex also will happen. Okay, so and these things, these things you will see it. Okay, and this is exactly what happens in the queues as far as the pipeline of every phase is concerned, right? And at the end, if you can see, syslog and TCP out, indexer out, and finally it is a disk. So this is the process of indexing, where Splunk Enterprise Data Pipeline, you can call it as. Okay, Splunk Enterprise Data Pipeline, and all these like indexing queue, parsing queue, and you have the very important point that you'll have to understand here is the data, the ratio of the data, which is 100%, right? If I can scroll down, and I see historical charts here, and you can this is exactly like a what do you call, a dashboard sort of thing. You can click on that and you can check the components out here. All right, so these are again depending on the environment that you have, the indexes which are created, and these values have been pulled by the system automatically with the time and with the what do you call, date, and the indexing where indexing location, and everything you will be seeing in this. And also you can have median full ratio of data. Okay, and estimated CPU usage you have as per the processor. You also have the details in the form of dashboard for this, and you also have CPU seconds spent on the indexer, right? So everything, every information, you'll get indexing performance in the instances. Okay, you can see it in the indexing performance. All right, so now if I just see there's one more thing, indexing and volume. Okay, if I show you the volume instances, indexes and volume instances, right? So what I will do, I will go to the snapshot. Okay, I'm just trying to show this may not be the exact data that you will get, but I'm just trying to show as it is not the real-time data, right? So all right, so okay, and indexes, you see here the data age versus the frozen age. What is the data age and what is the frozen time that the data has come in, right? You can compare the data as well, the home path usage, cold path usage, index usage. This is where I have been asking a lot of questions about the pipeline or the usage of the every path. So this is where you will actually see these data usage depending on the index. Here if you can observe, we have the default indexes, majority of them, right? You can see audit, internal, introspection, main. Okay, so these are the default indexes, and other indexes which are created are Splunk test and Splunk logger and the summary. Okay, you can see the summary at the end. Right, so friends, I'll keep this video till here. Okay, so we'll try and give you more details about the Splunk, the details in the next video. Thanks for watching.